It's Megan, and today we're building that booty. So starting off, we're going to do a 5-minute warm-up, just walking on the treadmill. I know a lot of y'all skip this step, but it is very importante, okay? We need to do some stretching. Stretching reduces your risk of injury. It helps prime your muscles for your movements, lubricates those joints. Make sure when you're stretching, you do as full of a stretch as you can, okay? Now, I am sorry to whoever I was staring at. I don't remember staring, but I guess I did. And I really like doing these movements because it helps open up those hip joints, okay? And when you're doing them, you want to squeeze at the top of your glutes when you go up. Once we do a little bit of those, we're hopping into banded glute abductions. So get comfortable, try to get the correct positioning. I never get it right off the bat. I always have to look for the perfect footing. So you'll see me move my feet back a little bit and boom, that's when I hit activation in my glutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and speed through this a little bit. It does take a minute to find your form on it. After that, we're just gonna speed through these side banded steps and jump directly into our hip thrust. Prepare your hair, flip it back. There we go. Now this first set is our working set. So what we're trying to do is get our form right with a lower weight so we don't hurt ourselves. And it also helps activate and warm up our glutes, which helps prevent injury. If you're new to doing hip thrusts, my best advice is to play around with your form. You want to have your back, the upper part of your back towards the middle, hitting the end of the bench, kind of how mine is there. And your feet out, but you can play with your feet positioning. It really depends on your body structure, whether you got super long legs, short legs, whatever. Just do it to how you feel it, okay? Now that we got that working set out of the way, it's time to get comfy, take off our hoodie, put our hair up, and real quick, comment down below if you know who this band is. I got to see them in person. That's right, be jealous. All right, let's get into our actual set. So I did not go heavier than I did last week, but I did do more reps, and that is okay. Because if I were to have gone heavier, my form would have sucked, and that would not have given me the progress that I needed. So we're going to speed through this set and just do more reps than we did last week, and hopefully next week we'll progress. P.S. That's the face of determination. So, yeah. Now we're going to go in and do some RDLs, hamstring focused, okay? Focusing on hamstring stretch. Now, my form is kind of crappy because I'm used to doing single leg. So don't nod your head how I am nodding my head. Watch some professional videos. I am not a professional, so yeah. Anyway, we're going to take a sip because I needed a power boost. And then grab some water and we're going to hit a heavier weight. So I just upped it by 10 pounds and I did 3 sets of about 12 reps. And the area that I just pointed at, that's where we're wanting to feel it. And when you do these, you want to make sure you're squeezing when you go up. See that squeeze? All right, so we're going to power through these real quick because it's kind of boring to watch. But yeah, see that face? That's when I realized my form is going to be crap. And I'm exhausted as well. So I did a new angle. That way you can see more of what I'm talking about with the squeezing at the top of your glutes. So go all the way down. And when you come up, push your hips forward. Not your back. Push your hips forward and squeeze. Okay, so hopefully you got that down. We're just gonna speed through that real quick. Yeah. After RDLs, I tried to head on over to leg curls, and then I realized I got on the wrong machine, so you get to see that. Too early for this, okay? So now let's get on the leg curl machine and get it set up. Now that we're set up, we are going to find the perfect form for us to where we're feeling it in our hamstrings. It may take a little adjusting. And when you curl your leg back, you want to squeeze that curl and hold it for a minute. It helps with the building of the muscles. See that? Squeeze and hold. Squeeze and hold. Also, don't forget, we are doing these slow and controlled. Even though I have it sped up, We are still slow and controlled. And we are also taking a proper rest in between each set. A proper rest is between 90 seconds to 120 seconds. So take your rest break and get back into it. On this last set, I actually had to move my hands back. That way I was able to pump out the rest of my reps for this last set. And if you're not making a face, just like this one, then you're not going hard enough. You can do heavier weight or you can do more reps. I believe in you. You've got this. See me struggling there at the end? That's how you need to be. Struggle. It builds muscle. I promise. You will not be sorry. So now that we're done with that, we are jumping on into cable kickbacks. And I know that there are so many different variations people say they swear by, but I don't know what to call this one other than you kind of elevate it with a weight and you want to angle your foot out by 40 degrees and kick out to where you're not going above your spine, but just at. So you can feel that squeeze in the top of your glute. Just kind of watch how I'm doing it. It might help a little bit. But I went for 4 sets of 12 to 15 reps. You can see I'm doing a very light weight. I don't want to go too heavy because if I go too heavy, I will not feel it in the correct area. Also, holding your back can help you stay aligned to where you need to be. Make sure you're squeezing at the top of your glute. You see how I squeeze when I go up? That is what's going to help build that shelf. I promise. And when you're doing these, you want to go slow and controlled. I do have this video sped up, so slow and controlled. You see how I have my foot there? That is what I consider to be 40 degrees angled out, and when you're kicking back, you want to do 40 degrees out. Then we're going to do a burnout in glute abduction. I got lucky and I actually got to use the machine today. You can go heavy or moderate weight. You just want to make sure you're doing a full burnout. You have completed the workout. Okay, bye!